What's on, where, and when. It's the Talk of Nelson. NBS Talk Nelson.
It's a bold statement, banking for life, and the NBS certainly is serious about that.
To me, banking for life means it is a partnership.
It's for Grandad, it's also for me.
Welcome back to Football Focus. You'll go to for all things football in the top of the South and beyond, in actual fact. Today, something a little bit different. We're on location this week at Nelson Suburbs Club Rooms. It's for the Youth Age Grade Tournament. I don't know, what's the official title, Skippy?
Community Cup.
The Community Cup.
Yes.
It's right in with grassroots. There's a bit of a break between games, and so the kids are getting refreshed.
They're everywhere.
How many games are they playing today?
Because of the weather, we've sort of packed in Thursdays into today. So I think they've got 5 games today. They played 4 yesterday, so 9 in total. So, yeah, some tired legs out there.
You're punishing them, that's right. But there's still lots of energy. They seem to be still running around in between games with heaps of energy. So can you give us a little bit of an idea about the concept of this tournament?
Yeah, just again, a lot of tournaments now are local around the academy and the TDP space. So again, there's nothing really for those community sort of late development players or players that again just play football for fun. And we just thought it'd be a great idea to run a tournament for those teams. And to be fair, it's been brilliant. We've got 12 teams in the 12th grade, 6 teams in the 10th, and then 4 teams next week. We've got 7 teams in that as well. So yeah, really, really good. And kids are having fun. And I said there's always competition, even at this at this level. So yeah, no, it's been really good, and we've managed to have referees for every game and stuff like that. And yeah, no, it's been really, really good.
We better not leave him hanging, because you've just pulled him in here without much notice, Kieran. Yep. So what's your last name, Kieran?
Beasley.
Beasley. Okay. So now traditionally this man's a rugby man, isn't he?
Yeah, he does a bit of work for the Tasman Marcos, and we've managed to get him into the football side, and now he's a referee. So
as well, multitask. So what's your day job, Kieran? What do you normally get involved with?
Normally, I'm strength and conditioning.
Right.
So in charge of the fitness for all the academy sides, for the first team, the women's team, and then also for the Crusaders Academy.
As well. Right. Okay. A slight accent there. So originally from Nelson or not?
No, from rugby in England.
Oh, is that right? What part of England?
Right in the Midlands by Coventry.
Oh, is that right? Right. Yeah. And so what brought you out to Nelson? How long ago was that?
About 2 years ago. Met Nelson College when they were playing over in England.
Oh, right. Wow.
Arranged to come out and work with them. And then the work with Suburbs and the Marco has stemmed from that.
Oh, is that right? So I was going to say, how did they convince you to come across to the round ball game? How did that come about?
I've met a colleague at the primary school I was teacher aiding at who recommended Skippy as a contact, came down, and I've always been a football fan back home, and it's been quite nice to get back in touch with it.
So you've been working with the lads in the Southern League, is that right? Yep. Yeah, right. Okay. So, they look pretty nippy this year. When they get going, Skiffy.
It's good. Again, I'm not going to try to be a strength and conditioning coach. It's not my forte. So having someone Kieran's experience has been brilliant this year for the boys. Even the women's team as well have had a bit, and the academy as well, which is awesome. So it's good to have them on board.
And we'll be talking to the Marco not too distant future. I think we're going to be talking to Kahu next week. So from your perspective, I don't think you're allowed to give anything away, but things looking pretty good.
Things look good. We'll be assembling next week fully for the first time. So I think it's going to be a good year.
And the lads getting ready to go down to the deep south to take on Dunedin City. So the Suburbs boys looking pretty good shape.
Yeah, indeed. It's been a bit of a disjointed 2 weeks with the rain.
Yeah,
I think they're in good spirits and they're looking in a good space, so exciting.
Geez, next thing, you're running around refereeing as well. So how did you get pulled into that?
Volunteer for the love of the game.
Yeah.
It's been good fun. It's nice to see the kids going out. It's nice to see some familiar faces from the primary school that I work at as well that left last year. Good to see this many numbers, and on the whole they've been fairly pleasant to the referees.
So the Nelson College connection, are you still helping out at that level as well?
Not really anymore.
No,
It's too busy now.
Yeah.
I did a little bit last year, but not as much now.
Yeah, they're travelling pretty well. And who do you support back home? But both
Coventry City.
Right. Okay. So
Yeah.
Right. And presumably you're keeping one eye on the Lions tour as well. Is that right? Yeah.
I'll be going over to Sydney for the third test.
Oh, will you? Wow.
Exciting to keep an eye on it each week going on.
Yeah, fantastic. All right, really appreciate you joining us, Kieran. Thank you very much.
You got a game in 10 minutes.
Got a
Game in 10. Let's go.
Good man.
Rule.
Thank you.
See you later.
Yeah. He's learned a lot about the retreat rule today.
Oh,
Parents.
yes.
From parents.
The retreat rule. So is that is that to do with the keeper? Is it?
Yes, there's some blurry lines in the retreat line, to be honest. Some teams let the ball stop and you're not meant to, and at the end of the day, just get on with it. At the end of the day, their kids let them play. So that's what we've told them.
I mean, surely if you're a referee at age group, there's a bit of discretion here and there.
Yeah, some of them just forget it before they go on the pitch. So the kids are enjoying themselves, I think, and just playing games, which is fantastic.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, Skip, it's been a bit of a wet time, isn't it? I mean, geez, heart goes out to especially those in the Tasman region. They've just been absolutely slammed, unable to get games in the region underway. I'm pretty sure the same in Marlborough as well. But just the devastation with the flood. I mean, Nelson got off, touch wood, fairly likely as far as I'm aware. But I just didn't realise the extent of damage.
Yeah, Wakefields are pretty bad as well.
Yeah.
We have a few friends who live out there, and they were doing it tough last weekend. So, massive support for those people, and if they need any help, sing out to the club. If you need people to move some stuff, we've got plenty of lads that can help. So definitely for those people in the outer regions that were hit very heavily, our support's there, and hopefully.
I like that photograph of, I think the Wakefield pitch got covered in some rocks and a young fella comes down with his wheelbarrow and starts moving them. He would have known, if I don't get this done, there's no football.
Exactly. But it's pretty tough, and
yeah,
unfortunately we're bracing ourselves again.
Yeah, no, that's just a bummer, isn't it?
Another downpour to tomorrow. So we'll just keep going on. That's all we can do, and look after each other. And
well, we're going to be talking about what's happening in this weekend's football anyway, with a positive light. But it could very well be that football is called off again. And what we would encourage is that you just check out Facebook pages of Nelson Bates Football for any updates. Most of the clubs also share that information.
Yeah, 100%.
And also, I saw quite a lot of comments of parents asking what's going on. So feel free to leave a comment and just ask the question. Someone will definitely let you know, but just keep an eye out for things. And it's just such a shame. And of course, a lot of people in the Tasman district will be in recovery mode, won't they? So,
and just with the cancellations, is like mainland football and Nelson Bates, they do try to leave it as long as they can.
Yeah.
And I know sometimes that does frustrate people, but their number one aim is to get football on all the time, and sometimes it is a late call because the hope is that we will get out there. And I know as a club we assess our pitches pretty late as well, but be patient. I know people are frustrated, they want to play, but sometimes, speaking to Ian McFadgen, it's players' safety as well that we have to worry about on these games at the weekend. So we know people are frustrated, but we've got to be patient.
We're at a different venue, but we must give a shout out to our venue sponsor, the Turf Hotel, for their ongoing support, Stan and the team. And if you want to check out what's happening this weekend, make sure you check out their Facebook page and their website. And no doubt there'll be a massive meat raffle on Sunday as well. Chance to fill up the fridge and everyone else's fridges as well. So make sure you check that out. Before we go any further, there's two things happening. We've got these golden cups. They look a bit like the old-fashioned World Cup, don't they? But tell us about these cups.
Yeah, so that's just for our winners of the under-10s and under-12s. Got them in. Local, the engravers in Montgomery Square came in and got them sorted. So,
so
some silverware for the teams, which is good.
Very flash.
We've also got golden boot, fair play, and MVP for each grade as well. So quite cool.
And also behind us, you'll note potentially to most people some familiar names on some shirts. So now I recognise Taripa. So
Cody. Yep.
So that was Colombia 2011.
Yep, that's when he went away to the World Cup with the 17s, I think. I'm nearly sure. And then we've got Callan Elliott, right? That was his first Phoenix jersey when he signed. And then that is the shirt that Amelia Abbott scored her goal in
Oh, wow.
Uruguay for the 2008 Girls Under-17s World Cup.
Fantastic.
So
there
yeah,
you go.
we've got a few more to go up as well, which is good.
Well, there we go. We'll have to get a wider camera for next time. So let's check out what was happening with senior Nelson Pine senior women's, and obviously games are called off. So we'll have to.
I just put that in front
You're
of you.
blocking me, Skippy. He's saying, I've had enough of looking at that mug.
Yeah.
So
we
have to be very,
all right. Can't break them.
very careful around where we position things.
Yeah.
But so obviously Mother Nature had its course and all games were called off. But we do have a draw for this weekend, and but obviously keep up to date with what's happening. Hot House Creative Richmond Foxes have the bye. Cold Store Construction Richmond Swans are taking on Fairview Mapua Cougars. That is at Jubilee Park. So actually that'll be a fairly easy game.
It'll be a good game. Yeah, they've had some battles in the past against each other. So yeah, that'll be a tight one. So yeah, I'm gonna go
a draw, are you?
No, I'm gonna go Mapua.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
away.
I think Donna and the girls. Yeah, I think they're doing all right at the moment. So
Wakefield FC ladies are taking on Motueka Angels. That'll be another close game. That's at the Wakefield Domain. Draw, eh?
no, I'm gonna go Wakefield.
Wakefield.
Yeah, going confident.
He's calling results this week.
Confident. Yep.
Nice. I'll get their first win, and Get Cars FC Nelson Diamonds. Tough one for them. They're taking on Sprig and Fern Tahuna Breakers, but it is a home game for the Nelson Diamonds at Botanic.
Tough one though. Breakers are a good side, so yeah, I'm probably gonna go Breakers.
Yeah, they're playing very well. Fingers crossed. It's not as bad as we think, and
Blows over.
it blows over, and we're able to get some games this weekend. Nelson Pine Senior Men's. Now, which way do I? Because now I'm blocking. There you go.
Right.
So Nelson Pine Senior Men's on Saturday, 5th fixtures, a 3:00 kickoff. Sprig and Fern Tahuna taking on Nelson Suburbs Reserves. That's at Ngawhatu Recreation.
Yeah,
That's out here, is it?
No, it'll be at Tahuna. Oh, sorry, Ngawhatu. Yes, it's been moved to Ngawhatu because the number one at Tahuna's underwater.
Right.
So it's the one just up here in the Ridgeway. So
right. Right.
Yeah, we had a meeting with the boys last night at training, and we had a bit of indoor training, and we sort of said that they're probably not where we want them to be as a team. I think we expect them to
Reserves.
we expect them to be higher in the league.
Jeez.
So yeah, they've got some talented players there, and they've just got to match it when it gets physical and not shy away from it. So they're targeting that game as a sort of turn the corner. So yeah, I think they'll be up for it, and I think they'll win that. I really do.
The Tahuna guys, I mean, normally they'd get that home ground advantage with everyone on the sideline and the Sprig and Fern just across the road. But yeah, this is going to be a little bit foreign for them. In fact, for both teams, really playing on that pitch. But Tahuna, they have been pretty impressive this year, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be a very tough match.
Yeah. A few dads away, maybe on holiday as well.
Oh,
you never know. Tahuna. You know what I mean? They've got family club. There could be a few dads in that first team.
Right.
Could be a weaker side.
Might be a ring around.
Yeah.
Maybe Gies will get the call.
Nah, he's in Christchurch.
Oh,
this was his chance though.
It would have been.
Yeah.
He might drive back specifically.
No, he probably would.
Okay. FC Nelson Karenni, they have the bye this weekend. FC Nelson first 11. They're taking on Smith & Sons Richmond. That is at Guppy Park, and you could imagine on paper they'd be too strong.
Losing at home.
Yeah, we must try and catch up with Daryl Fenimore. He's coaching the young Richmond side.
Yeah.
He said he's really enjoying it. I think he was still playing last year.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
But he's really enjoying that coaching role, and he said a great bunch of young guys, and they will be competitive. Nelson Suburbs under 18s, so they're taking on Rangers at Saxon Field. So will Geezer be back for that, or?
No, we've got another coach taking that. That'll be a tough game for the boys.
So
they'll be up for it again. As I said, they've been on the wrong end of a couple of big scores, so they'll be going out to just try to prove that the gap's not that big. So yeah, we wish them all the best.
The feature match, I've been targeting 4th division this time. Some little bit of criticism that really didn't do our homework or our research enough on these games.
Okay.
So I've had to dig in a little bit deeper. So I do know that it's 3rd versus 6th on the table, and it's shaping up to be a real cracker. I picked this one because I think it's going to be a real battle. It's the Nelson Suburbs FC Bula Boys take on Sprig and Fern Tahuna 4th. So you can imagine that's going to be a real battle.
Yeah, it will be, especially on pitch 6. It's a bit wet over there. It's a bit wet over there. Yeah. Now the Bula Boys, as I said,
They're sitting 3rd on the table. So I know that much.
mostly all Fijian.
Yeah, right.
All Fijian born, and got a good team there, a good community team with a lot of Fijian families part of it, which is fantastic, and do get a good crowd down at their games as well. So, yeah, they've been good this year. They've didn't win too many games last year, but they've done a lot better this year. So, yeah, they'll be hard to beat at home. Yeah, definitely.
Well, that's what the description says. It said that Tahuna may cause an upset, but the Bula Boys will be wanting to keep
Yeah, they're
their
doing
points
really
for
well.
the top of the table. That's for sure.
Yeah, doing really well.
Southern League women, and we did get some rounds in last week. Obviously, it was this region that was hit hardest, but we managed to get some games away in the deeper south, and Dunedin City Royals 2-0 over NW United. That was on Saturday. On Sunday, big lineup, Otago University and Horswell 2-2. So
Yeah, it was a good result for
Horswell would be pretty happy with that. Kashmir Tech 5-1 over Nelson Suburbs. So
Yeah.
just a classy side, aren't they?
Yeah, girls were 1-0 up in that.
Oh, were they really?
Second half, they were 1-0 up, and then, yeah, just tired, I think Dave said. And, yeah, I think they scored 4 in 20 minutes. Good
Gee,
stuff.
it's suddenly gone quiet in here. They've all
Yeah, they've all gone. Kids have all gone. Games are starting at 12, so they're all gone.
University of Canterbury 3-0 over Ross and Waikari. You probably would have picked that.
Yeah.
They've been quite strong.
Yeah.
And then, and that's pretty much it. The next round, there's a break this weekend. It's the Kate Shepherd Cup. It's the quarterfinals, and obviously Nelson not taking part in that. But
Yeah, the girls do have a catch-up game here on Saturday.
Oh, do they?
Against Hallswell.
Oh,
So this game
oh,
was
okay.
rained off earlier in the season, or their flights got cancelled or something. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, they're due to play at 12:30 on Saturday at Saxton's. So yeah, hopefully that game can be played, because it is a catch-up game already. So
Yeah, right.
I would hate for it to get cancelled again.
Oh no, yeah,
Yeah.
no, yeah, that's
Yeah.
the thing. Okay, turning our attention to Southern League men, and on Saturday it's Nomads. They got up 1-0 against University of Canterbury, so good result for them.
The tight game. I watched a little bit of it on FIFA Plus, and yeah, Unis were unlucky, I
Yeah.
think, to not get a point. But yeah, Nomads, hard team to beat at home.
Ferry Mead 1-1 with Selwyn, so geez, Selwyn pulling that one out, weren't they?
Yeah, so now they've cut it down to 2 points, so they're playing for safety.
And that was at home on the Pyramid pitch
Yeah, so
too,
they did really, really well, and I think they hit the post late on as well. They could have won it, but yeah, great result for them.
Not too sure what happened with Wanaka and Dunedin City Royals. That seemed to get caught off. Was that
called
weather?
off weather. Yeah,
Yeah.
decision was made early Saturday morning. Game was off.
On Sunday, Kashmir Tech 3-0 over Coastal.
I watched it. They were very dominant in the first half and sort of put that game to bed in the first 45 minutes, which, yeah, was quite surprising to me. But Garvin was back and he got 2 and looked lively, and, yeah, different side when he's there.
I did take a drive down here on Sunday.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was called off on Sunday.
There was no one around.
Yeah.
So obviously the whole thing for the whole weekend was called off. I did wonder whether the improvement of the weather, you might get a game in, but
Yeah,
just too sodden.
we looked at the pitch on Friday because of the flights and stuff with Christchurch, and half the pitch was underwater. So yeah, it was probably the right call, to be honest.
And no round this coming weekend because we have the Deliver Easy Chatham Cup round 4 for Nelson. It's on Saturday, kickoff 1:00, if that's correct.
Yep.
It's on the football turf in Dunedin.
Yep.
Is that artificial?
Yeah, Logan Park. Yep.
So that's not that's full turf.
Full turf.
Full
Yep.
artificial
Yeah, that
turf.
was something that the council in Dunedin put in. There's 2 pitches. Yeah.
And it's Dunedin City Royals versus Nelson Suburbs. Your trainer says the boys are looking pretty good shape,
we're looking
and
forward to
you haven't quite been able to get over the line with them, but you've been fairly close, haven't you?
Yeah, again, we went down there. We haven't scored a lot of goals on the road. I think the most goals we scored was in the Chatham Cup against Bays. So maybe that's where we're going to start our scoring again. But yeah, no, we were close. We were 0-0 for 70 minutes with them down there in the start of the year and lost 2-0, unfortunately. But yeah, I think the boys are up for it. They understand if they win, there's a chance of a big tie in the next round against the likes of Auckland United, Western Springs. Yeah, so for them, they want to play against the best teams. So if they can beat Royals at the weekend, they have the opportunity to do that. So I think they're really keen for it and
And I
really
haven't
up
checked
for it.
the Dunedin forecast, but it's certainly not going to be as bad as here, is
Nah,
it?
it's it'd be cold though. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's right.
it's usually cold, but yeah, nah, on the artificial, it's really good. So it's good.
And so those Chatham Cup games, are they available on FIFA Plus or rather me?
I'm unsure. There's something to do with the gambling. I don't know. There was something that was sent out to all the clubs that they had to do. So some of them have been played on FIFA Plus. So I
Right.
would just have a check.
Yeah.
They might be on, they might not be on.
Okay, well, let's hope we get some sort of coverage on New Zealand Football News, and TVNZ going to be actually broadcasting 7 major matches for our Kiwi fans in July. We've got the Wrexham game, Wellington versus Phoenix, later on in the match, but also there's tour games from Arsenal, Tottenham, Newcastle, and AC Milan. So,
Very
yeah,
good.
so how's that? TVNZ getting involved in some coverage.
Yeah, it's good to see. And yeah, more football that the boys and girls can watch.
Yeah.
At a young age is brilliant to get them into the game.
And to be able to see Arsenal and Tottenham, and
Top teams
Newcastle.
as well, which is good.
I remember years and years ago, I was living in Wellington. Jesus, this must have been in the 80s.
Yeah.
And Newcastle played the All Whites at Basin Reserve.
Cool.
And that's where I saw Beardsley for the first time.
Oh, he was a great
and
player.
I just thought, what is it about this guy? And he was he didn't do much in the first half. And I think it was something like 0-0 at half time.
Yeah.
Kiwis actually playing pretty well. Well, second half, he just went up another level.
Came alive.
And his takeoff speed, from start to go over 10 to 20 metres, he's like a greyhound, and then I suddenly realised that's the difference in quality. Just that short pace speed to get to the ball, just amazing to watch. And I think they took it easy, but eventually, they comfortably got put 3 in the back of the net or something.
Because I'm a Liverpool fan, he was at Liverpool as well before he went to Newcastle.
Yeah.
My mum used to rave about him.
Well, that's right. His later years, that was even his later years.
Yeah.
But just the pace he had was that just showed the difference.
He was always good on the ball as well. You couldn't get it off at times. So
international football news and World Cup upset. Manchester City stunned by Al Hilal. It was a dramatic 4-3 defeat to Manchester City in extra time.
Yeah, I didn't see the highlights or anything. I just seen the scoreline and I was quite surprised by it.
A shock exit that reportedly cost them over £9 million.
Don't really need it.
And some sort of widespread debate. I don't know what the debate was about. So maybe Manchester City, I don't know what side they put up there. But
I don't think Haaland and that were all playing. I think he took a few off, though. Speaking to the lads who watched it, he said he made a few subs. But
yeah.
God, yeah.
But, how serious do they take the World Cup? I suppose the money. They might be thinking about the money.
Want a break?
Yeah, that's right.
Let's get knocked out so we can get a holiday in before
That's right.
because the Premier League starts on the 11th of August in nearly year. So
yeah, well, that's right.
it's a pretty quick turnaround.
Real Madrid beat Juventus 1-0.
Yeah, and Trent set it up. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Yeah.
So there we go. So, mate, because of the weather, this would have normally been spread into Thursday.
We've had to move some games forward, so it's a big load for the kids, I must admit. But we've brought the times of the halves down slightly today, and just making sure that they get their games in. So that's the main thing.
They don't seem too depressed about it, do they? They're all playing
chips, mate. They have
hot chip
chips.
football.
They're ready to go.
They're not sitting down with their draining their legs or anything. They're still running around in between games.
The old football table gets a bit of a
hammer
in between games, but now I think they're enjoying themselves. And that's the main thing. And here, the pitches aren't great. I'm not going to lie; they're not playing on unbelievable surfaces, but they're getting on with it and they're playing some good stuff.
And the real thing about this is that it's the kids that aren't going away to international cups or academy games. They get a tournament. They get to experience a tournament,
and that's it. Football's for every ability. That's what's brilliant about the game. So,
and parents will be loving it because it's something to do during the school holiday.
Exactly. And it's good fun. And the parents enjoy it as well. They come down and chill out. And
tell us about the International Cup. So how are things going down there?
Our 14s went down. Spoke to Geezer last night. He coached them. Really didn't get going, to be honest. And hopefully take a lot of learnings from it. But ended up, I think they finished 13th out of 16 or 12th. I can't remember. Geezer did tell me, but FC Nelson went really well. Came third.
Oh, wow.
So well done to Chris.
Yeah.
Chris and the team on that. It's a great effort, and unfortunately played a really good Fencibles team in the semi-final who went on to win it. So, but brilliant for them to come third. So big shout out to the FC Nelson boys.
Yeah, and quite a few clubs sending teams down, and we really appreciate the updates you do in the comment section. It's hard to cover everything in football, so please feel free to use any comments in our post to update everyone what's happening, not only with cancellations but also with results in especially age group football.
Yeah, so the 15 starts today, the 15th age group. So we've got Suburbs are down there, but also Marlborough. Marlborough have got their team moved down there as well, so they'll be playing their first game in CIC today. So we'll be looking out for their result. Hopefully they're doing well as well. So yeah, good to see them down at the CIC.
Good stuff. Thank you very much, Skippy. A bit of a shorter podcast this week, but it's a busy week right across the region. Rugby have got tournaments. You've got age group tournaments, and but it's good to see because it keeps the kids
them going
and occupied. If they go to bed early exhausted, that's an achievement, isn't it? It's the main thing.
Very much so.
Okay, thanks, Skippy. Local comp still heating up. We've still got the Chatham Cup. Nelson Suburbs taking on Dunedin City Royals. The Southern League still going. Local leagues. Cross fingers, weather dependent. Keep a lookout for that. Huge thanks to Stan and the team at the Turf Hotel. Don't forget to check out their Facebook page. And you can catch this on Spotify, YouTube, MBS Talk Nelson website, also our digital radio station. And don't forget, if you want to come on the show or you want to sponsor, please get in touch with us. That's it for this week. We'll catch you for next week for another episode of Football Focus.
Talk Nelson Radio. It's the Talk of Nelson.